At Brendan Docks, Percy stared sadly out to sea.
Can you see Thomas from up there, Cranky? Please?
Cranky creaked. He felt sorry for Percy.
There's still no sign of him.
Salty rolled over.
You'll see nothing of anything out there with the mist down.
Percy's wheels wobbled with worry. He puffed and he peeped.
Thomas! Where are you? Thomas!
Way below ground on Misty Island, Thomas and the logging locos were still stuck and still scared. Thomas felt terrible.
This is all my fault. I thought I knew better than you. I thought I always made right decisions. But I don't. I made the worst decision of all. I'm sorry.
The logging locos were kind.
You can't always be right.
All of the time? That's right.
Thomas smiled.
You're right.
Then, more rock rumbled down. It bounced off their boilers and fell on their fenders. Ferdinand frowned.
I can feel air on my funnel.
Thomas was worried.
Oh no! Perhaps the whole tunnel is going to fall in on us now. What are we going to do?
Suddenly, Bash smiled.
I know exactly what we do.
Then Dash smiled too.
Of course! Puff forwards, Thomas, so that your funnel
Is under the hole.
puff your hardest.
And someone will see your steam.
That's right.
Thomas beamed from buffer to buffer.
Just like Salty said. If I puff 3 times, maybe someone on Sodor will see my smoke signals.
So Thomas pumped his pistons to puff, while Percy wheeshed and waited. Suddenly, the mist began to lift. Percy could see land.
Cranky, Salty, look! That must be Misty Island!
Then Percy saw something that made his firebox fizz and his boiler bubble. 3 puffs of smoke rose high in the sky.
It's Thomas! He must be on Misty Island! And he needs help! I must tell the Fat Controller at once!
Percy pumped his pistons.
Don't worry, Thomas. Your troubles will end. I'm coming to save you. You can trust your best friend.
And Percy whooshed away like the wind. In the tunnel, the engines waited and hoped for help. The Fat Controller arrived.
Show me the smoke signals, Percy.
You'll have to wait, sir. They come from Misty Island.
Everyone waited and watched. Then they whistled and waved.
There he is, sir. There's Thomas.
The Fat Controller was urgent.
James, Gordon and Edward, you must sail to Misty Island immediately. I will come with you.
Percy was puzzled.
What about the tunnel, sir? I'm sure it's quicker.
That may be, Percy. Fetch Whiff. He knows all about the tunnel.
Thomas was trying to cheer up his friends.
Sodor engines are funny and fast. We like to be busy. We're first and not last. That's why they'll come soon. We'll be safe and sound. It won't be long now. I know we'll be found.
Workmen had bashed and crashed through to the old tunnel. The Fat Controller peered inside. He was worried.
This looks too dark and too deep. Don't worry, sir. I know all the tracks. I'll find Thomas.
Percy wished.
Please, sir. Please, may I go? 2 boilers bubbling are better than 1.
The Fat Controller was stern.
Very well, Percy, but chuff carefully.
So Percy and Whiff whistled and whooshed down the tunnel, and the Fat Controller hurried back to the boat at the docks. Far out to sea, the boat steamed through the waves. The engines were ready and raring to save Thomas, who puffed and chuffed one more time, while Whiff and Percy rattled on down the line. Through the dark and the deep, they were never afraid.
We're coming.
Peeped Percy.
So soon, you'll be saved.
Now it was the logging loco's turn to cheer Thomas up.
We were too naughty on the mainland.
So, they sent us to Misty Island.
We weren't really useful.
But we were really funny.
That's right.
Suddenly, they heard the clickety-clack of wheels on tracks.
Listen.
The logging loco's eyes popped wide.
Thomas! Are you there? It's Percy!
Thomas was so happy, his axles tingled and jingled with joy.
Percy, my best friend. You're here.
So's Whiff. He found you, Thomas. We're just the other side of these rocks.
I'll push through to you, Percy.
But Whiff's voice was stern.
No, Thomas. I know this tunnel. You don't. Percy and I will push through to you.
Thomas knew Whiff was right.
You make good decisions, Whiff. I'll do what you say.
So together, Percy and Whiff rocked and rolled backwards. Then they pumped their pistons, and with all their puff and all their huff, they crashed and smashed through to Thomas and the logging locos.
Hooray for Percy! Hooray for Whiff!
Percy peeped till he thought his pistons would pop.
Thomas!
And these are my friends, Dash, Bash, and Ferdinand.
Hello?
Hello.
They have no fuel. We must help them to Sodor.
Whiff was suddenly serious.
Then you must all do as I say.
James, Edward, and Gordon arrived on Misty Island. They gasped. The island was quiet and strange, and the mist was coming down. The Fat Controller looked out from James's cab.
We will not stop until we find Thomas. Puff on!
Deep in the tunnel, Whiff, Percy, and Thomas pushed and pulled, Dash, Bash, and Ferdinand along the twisty track. They had to huff hard.
We're almost there. Just around this bend is Sodor.
So with a heave and a haul, a shove and a shunt, Whiff led the brave engines out into the sunshine of Sodor.
Welcome to Sodor!
Dash, Bash, and Ferdinand wheeshed and whooshed with wonder. So did Emily, Henry, and Toby.
Oh my! Who are you?
We're Dash,
Bash.
And Ferdinand.
And where are you from?
Misty Island!
That's right.
Then they giggled and jiggled, and the big Sodor engines laughed too. On Misty Island, the engines were lost.
Thomas! Thomas!
the mist is too thick.
We can't see to puff. How can we find Thomas?
Thomas was excited.
I must hurry to find the Fat Controller.
Percy gasped.
Flatten my funnel. The Fat Controller has gone to find you on Misty Island with Edward, Gordon, and James.
Just then, Harold hovered in. He wasn't happy.
The steamboat has come back. The mist is down over Misty Island. It'll be impossible to find them now.
Thomas rattled his rods.
No, it won't. I will find them. I must not delay. The tunnel is blocked. The boat is the way.
Percy was proud of his friend.
We'll take care of Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand.
Thank you.